Hey, beautiful human, thanks for clicking on our conversation with Johnny Orlando. Good guy, good musician, good conversation. We dive into everything, life, his siblings, family, music, obviously. We talk about Musical.ly, which is now TikTok. We get into things. I hope you enjoy it. Leave your honest feedback in the comment section below. We have a podcast link in the description, and it'd be cool if you subscribe, but if not, doesn't matter. We're not going to stop. Enjoy.
Let's do this.
Johnny Orlando, come on in. Sit right there, man. We got Dan.
Hey.
We got
What's up,
me.
man?
And we got Johnny Orlando in the studio.
All right.
What's up?
Dude,
An
first thing,
honor.
is your real name Johnny Orlando?
It is, yes.
It's the real name.
Your family? You come from the Orlando family in Canada?
I do, yes.
Or did you legally change your name?
No. I actually get that question a lot.
I get it.
Yeah. I don't want to peek this at all.
You're good. I mean, do you hear yourself peeking it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, you know your own volumes. Are you like your own engineer? Do you record at home?
I do like demo stuff at home sometimes. Like I have actually one of these in my room.
Really?
Yeah.
So, like, what actual vocals are being recorded on that microphone? Anything that's actually made it to a record forever?
Not on an actual record, but I did a cover on YouTube of Changes by XXXTentacion
Cool.
a couple months ago, and I recorded it on one of these.
So, what are you doing out of your home studio? Is it mostly covers for YouTube?
Yeah, mostly. Well, out of my home studio, it's mostly just like covers for Instagram, or I'll record ideas that I have.
Okay, so walk me through your like content profile here, because obviously you have originals like last summer, but you're still churning out covers. Like, where's the best home for a cover song?
Cover songs are usually, sometimes we record them for live performances. Like we'll do a live track of for example, In My Blood, but we also posted it on YouTube. So we shot like a little music video. Darian shot it. She's over there.
Hi, Darian.
Yeah. She's
Hi,
my sister.
Darian. She's your sister?
Yeah, she's my sister.
Wait, okay, so you have two sisters. I saw them in a YouTube
Three.
video. Three, sorry.
That's a lot of girls in your house, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then you.
Yes. Two dog boys though, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it evens out.
Yeah.
What was their vibe when you first started making stuff on Musical.ly, right? That was your first original home?
No, my first original home was YouTube. Like,
Okay.
Almost, 7 years ago now.
But you're how old now?
15. So I started when I was 8.
Okay, so you started making YouTube videos when you're 8. You start Musical.ly at what age?
I think it was late 2015 or maybe 2016.
When
not
did
sure.
you know it was time to leave
Time to leave.
Musical.ly?
I started getting branded and asked like if I was on Musical.ly, and I didn't want to become a Musical.ly star. You know what I mean? Like
I get it.
So we kind of had to like stay away from the whole thing and rebrand a little bit, because for me it's always been about more music, and it was kind of taking away from that.
Was it so understood, which makes a lot of sense,
Yeah.
right? Like one of the first questions you got to ask when you see somebody is like, "Hey, are you a Musical.ly kid?"
Yeah, there's actually I go to actual school, which most people are surprised about, but there was a lot of kids when I went there. They were like, "Oh, you're on Musical.ly," and I was like, "Yeah."
Well, you go to real people school?
I do. Real people school, well, kind of.
Here, what is it? Like, do you go to school with other kids?
I go to school with other kids, but it's a weird situation. I go to a school for like elite athletes, which is weird because I'm not one.
I get it.
Yeah,
Where's the school based?
it's in Toronto.
Oh, cool.
Why do you go to that school?
It's very flexible, and the
God.
principal is amazing, and all the kids there are super cool too. So
I used to have friends that used to go to a school called PCS, Professional Children's School. And it was
you're a
the same
professional
thing.
child, eh?
I wasn't a no. My parents were not nearly rich enough to afford what it cost to go to the school. My friends did. People I, socialized with.
Okay.
And that's what it was. It was like ballet kids and like sports kids. Like some dude drove a race car.
Oh, cool.
But he was
cool.
like 13.
Oh.
How is that even legal? I don't know. So you go to school in Toronto, but you live in California?
Kind of. I go to school in Toronto. I live in Toronto most of the time. I'd say that like on average I'm here for about a week a month.
Got it.
That's why the school's flexible, so you can leave
Yeah.
Toronto and come to LA.
Yeah, so and then when I get back, I have like a ridiculous amount of work to do, because when I'm here, it's more just like work. So my teachers have like flexible deadlines and stuff like that.
Was it hard going to school, being a quote unquote musically kid?
I was really, really nervous the first day. Like I was sweating. It was the whole thing.
Really? More nervous than YouTube?
Way more nervous than I've ever been for any show, because I'd been going to like a performer school kind of in LA, but I had a lot of friends that were already there. I did not know a single person at the school. So I was really, really nervous as to what was going to happen. I didn't know if I was going to get shoved in a locker. Or
So you were starting school for the first time in Toronto?
Yeah, first time in like 4 years.
What ended up happening? Anything?
No. Well, yeah. I didn't get shoved in a locker, which
That's
is good.
good.
Nobody bullied you?
Nobody bullied me. And they were actually really, really welcoming, which I was very surprised about.
Why do you think you succeeded on Musically? Like, what was it about you?
I don't know. I think, well, my sister and I, Darian, we kind of brainstormed and tried to do things that people didn't really do. So our formula for Musically is we did 3-day, and it would be one singing one comedy one, and then one lip syncing one.
Variety, baby.
Variety. So it would hit all. It's like the holy trinity of explore page sort of thing, or featured page as it was on Musically back then.
So you'd constantly get on it.
Yeah, we'd constantly get on it, and it used to be, when Musically first started, the feature page was the only way to get big, because there was a million people on the site, or the app, and if you were on the explore page, your video got double the likes and double the comments, and you got 20,000 followers instantly. So it was a huge thing, and my friend, actually, I didn't even know what Musically was. Somebody
told you?
Yeah, somebody told me. Like, and kids were starting to do it at my school, the performer school.
Well, okay, so you start on YouTube by making covers.
Yes.
Somebody randomly tells you about Musically and you decide to try it out.
Yeah.
Do you realize that your life is different from starting on Musically? Because I don't know you previous to Musically. I'm not going to lie to
Yeah.
you. But, I mean, were you as famous prior to Musically than you were after Musically?
Musically definitely helped. It absolutely helped. I won't deny that. It really helped me grow my audience, and it helped me get introduced to a whole different demographic of kids. It was Musically back then was more of the younger kids. It was like the 8 to 13.
Yeah.
And I already had like the 13 to 15 demo on lock from YouTube, but it was the younger people that I was helped introduce to.
Does it weird you out at all when you talk about people based on their age demographics? Because everybody within your community like treats demos like they're kind of dispensable, and they're like, oh, you got 1K plus, I got 20K plus. Like, it's kind of almost braggadocious.
Yeah, I guess so.
Question. What's the grossest thing you've witnessed navigating this whole universe you're a part of?
People lying about caring about their fans. It's probably, like, I'll see somebody like be on social media like, oh, thank you guys so much, I appreciate it so much, and it's really not like that in real life.
Do you love your fans?
Yes. Absolutely.
But where does that separation come from, right? Between a human being and their admirers and their fans?
I don't know. I feel like for people to really believe in you and to really want to support you, they have to feel like they're just one of your friends. And for me, that's how it's always been. I was literally an 8-year-old kid starting out on YouTube. I had no idea what I was doing. We had no idea what to do or if there was a formula or whatever. And it was just really, really fun. And I was just really grateful for all these people just helping me out and supporting me.
And what is it now? Is it still fun?
Absolutely, yeah. It's like doing interviews and making music is something that a lot of people won't ever experience, and I'm so grateful that I'm allowed to do it because it's amazing.
So, after saying that, would you consider Musically a blessing or a curse in your life?
It's definitely a blessing because, it helped me grow my audience and introduce me to more people. I guess the curse part of it is that I'm branded like that, but I mean, I'll take the trade-off.
Quality music.
Yeah.
will always rise above no matter what,
Of course, yeah.
right? It doesn't matter where you came from. It's the fact that the music is good.
Yes, sir.
It wasn't until Britney Spears was super famous and people were like, oh, she's from Mickey Mouse Club.
Yeah.
You know? So, what it is today doesn't mean it always needs to be that way. You can
Yeah, exactly.
totally shine out that branding just by one quality record. And I think you're on the right track. Last Summer, is that your most recent single?
Yes.
It's good.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, I was actually, to be honest, I was surprised.
Really?
Because I didn't know much about you before,
Yeah.
and that was the first thing I heard, and I was like, oh,
I was a little nervous to listen to it.
this is good.
Yeah, that's probably the first record that I've been like insanely excited about, because all my other originals, it was mostly Darian, to be honest, just writing things.
Really?
And
She wrote the records?
yeah, for like the first like 6 years of my time on YouTube and my time doing music, it was mostly her doing everything, because I was really too young to understand what was going on. I remember I was in the car, I was 8 years old, and my sister told me that my first video hit 1,000 views, and I was like, sick, cool.
What was your first
I had no idea
cover?
what that meant. It was Mistletoe by Justin Bieber. Yeah.
I did see that a long time ago.
Yeah.
Good song, good cover, good artist.
Awful cover.
What?
Terrible cover.
Yeah, I was going to say, what do you think of those old videos of
Oh,
yourself?
they're brutal. It's like, it gives me flashbacks. It's horrible.
You got yearbooks, bro. Hey, everyone knows the risks of driving drunk. You can get into a crash. People can get hurt or killed. But let's take a moment to look at some surprising statistics. Almost 29 people in the United States die every day from an alcohol-impaired vehicle crash. That's one person every 50 minutes. Even though drunk driving fatalities in the United States have decreased by like at least a third over the last 3 decades, drunk driving crashes still claim 10,000 lives every single year. Many people are unaware, by the way, that driving while high can be just as dangerous. In 2015, 42% of drivers killed in crashes tested positive for drugs. Not so harmless after all, is it? And get this, from 2007 to 2015, marijuana use among drivers killed in crashes doubled. The truth is driving while high is deadly. So stop kidding yourself. If you are impaired from alcohol or drugs, do not get behind the wheel. If you feel different, you drive different. Drive high, get a DUI. Drive sober, or get pulled over. Whose idea was to start with the voicemail at the top of Last Summer? It's very Aaron Carter.
When did he do that?
Didn't he do that?
Aaron Carter did?
Hey, it's blah, blah, blah. Yeah, he did a voicemail at the
Oh,
top
he
of his
did.
record.
It's like, it was like Marvin's Room, I think, inspired.
Do you bring it up, or does the producer tell you you should do this?
No, everything that is in the song is very collaborative. So my sister and I, and so how a session usually works.
Break it down for you. Do you have writers? Is it the two of you?
How a session usually works is it'll be myself, my sister, a writer, and a producer. And it'll be whoever wants to be in the driver's seat to be in the driver's seat. So if the writer's like, oh, I want to do this on this part, we'll be like, cool. And then if Darian chimes in, she'll be like, I think we should change this, cool. Everything in that writing room is 100% collaborative. It's nobody steering the ship.
But your sister's with you every time.
Almost, yeah.
That's cool.
Unless she's like doing exams or something.
What is it about the two of you? Like, is there safety in your sister?
I don't know. She's basically the female version of me. Like, we're honestly so much alike and our voices sound alike too. Funny fun fact, she actually used to sing on a lot of my songs back on YouTube, like just to beef up the chorus. But we have a lot of the same ideas, and most of what I say and what she says we'll both agree with automatically because it's something that both of us would do. We might have just not thought of it, but having her with me is extremely helpful, and it's very, very good for our creative process.
How close are the two of you in age?
She's 5 years older than me, so I'm 15, she's 20.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, have you always been this close?
Not really. I to be honest, before YouTube, I don't really remember anything. But yeah, we've always been kind of business partners, I guess, then, and also siblings, and it's kind of brought us closer together.
Was she the person who said get on YouTube?
It wasn't like a get on YouTube sort of thing. It was more of a, we're really bored, we have nothing to do, let's make a YouTube video.
So a record like Last Summer, is that coming from your reality? right? Because it is it sounds like you're talking to somebody. It sounds like you're talking about believing in love at first sight.
Yeah. Well, I'm 15, and when I see a pretty girl, I'm like, oh, you cute, and I would
Is that exactly what you do?
Absolutely.
Do you say it out loud?
That's in my head, though.
Oh, in your head.
My sisters make fun of me. But yeah, I believe in at first sight. I
Yeah.
don't know about love at first sight, but
You say like, grown-ups say lust.
lust at first sight.
Same thing.
Yeah.
So, but a record like this, is this coming from real life experience, or like where does it start? Does somebody play you production? Does it start with a line that you have in mind?
The last summer actually started with do you know Splice?
Is he a producer?
No,
Is it an app?
Splice is a website, and it's
I'm so uncool, bro.
It's all good. It's all good. Splice is basically a website. It's Splice, right? I'm like, okay, yeah, just to make sure. Splice is basically a website where people upload their demos, like sound designers.
Sick.
Upload little mini snippets. It'll be like 1 to 2 seconds.
I have heard of this. I have friends that
Yeah,
use it.
yeah. It's like super popular in the music world, especially
Yes.
with producers. And it started with him playing the
Got it.
at the beginning of the song, that little demo or that little snippet there.
Wait, so you found the producer for this record just off of this website?
No,
Just the beat.
just the beat started with a Splice demo,
Got
and then
it.
it kind of, I guess, set the mood for the whole song. which was
Cool.
And then, in the second verse, you can hear it a lot. The dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun. Yeah. So that was actually, I saw something on Instagram. It was like a K-pop group. I don't remember what they're called. But it was like a live show, and I heard the dun, 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 and I was like, that is sick. So we incorporated that. And then the song was also heavily based off of Genius by Sia, because I was
Great record.
obsessed with that song
Yeah.
when we made the record. And
It's so good.
Yeah, I love
that
Sia.
production takes you on such a freaking journey.
yeah, and honestly, have you seen the video?
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Video's awesome, but that song,
It was
it
ridiculous.
gives me a whole other set of visuals. It's
I know.
sick.
When the pre-chorus comes in, I'm like,
Oh, it's nuts.
Yeah.
And her vocals on it? Oh, everything. Wait, very interesting. So you have who's the producer? How do you connect with the producer that you're working with?
the producer is Mike Wise, and it was through Universal, my label.
Cool. So you do have a record label.
Mhm.
You are signed.
Yes.
How many songs do you have out that are originals?
With the label,
Yeah.
What If was in a separate deal. It was like a one-time deal.
Cool.
And then Last Summer is the only single we have out on this deal.
So are we getting ready for an album here, an EP? What do you
EP.
want?
Yeah, so the EP is coming out in, I'm not allowed to say specifics, but next spring.
Next spring.
Yeah.
Got
Next
it.
spring. That's soon-ish.
Ish, yeah.
Well, spring of 2019 or spring of 2020?
The spring of 2019.
Okay, so that's coming
so, yeah,
up.
couple months.
Yeah, April.
Yeah, like 4 or 5 months.
I can wait that long.
Is it done? Are you?
It is. It's. We have the track list. We have everything. Everything good to go. We might do a couple more sessions if we can get some like really cool producers, but we don't have anything planned as of now. We did the cover shoot for the EP yesterday. So
Cool.
That'll kind of tell you where we are with that.
What do your parents do?
My dad's a lawyer. My mom just takes care of the kids. She's like a stay-at-home mom.
Cool. So no music ties there.
My grandmother actually was an amazing singer, but she never really sang.
And have you sang for her?
No, she passed away a couple years ago.
Oh, I'm so sorry. But that sucks. I'm sure
Yeah.
she'd be very happy right now.
Yeah, my dad always says that she'd be my biggest fan, which is, I think is nice.
Keep it going.
Yeah.
That's cool. Now, you write on your own now, but really it's the two of you. I mean, I really feel like I should be talking to your sister at the same time.
I'm down.
How does inspiration, like when you want a lyric or you want to convey a message within, like how do you get it out? How does it start for you? Do you sit on a bunch of notes? Or do you just start creating once you enter into a studio?
Well, it's Ideas come at the most random of times. Like, I'll be in the shower, for example. That's a popular one. But I'll also be about to fall asleep, and a melody will pop into my head, and I'll be like, oh my God, I have to record this, or else I know I'm going to forget it. And it happens literally all the time where I'm like, I'm way too lazy to do this right now. Like, I'll be half asleep, and something will pop into my head. But I just use voice memos on my phone.
Cool.
Yeah, usually.
And do you feel comfortable pitching an idea to a producer?
Yeah. All producers are, everybody that I've worked with and everybody that Universal has set me up with has been super, super open to collaborative ideas.
What kind of story you go?
I was gonna say, how did last summer start?
Last summer started with a lot of nothing, actually.
Okay.
It took us so sessions are usually 6 hours long, and it took us probably 2 hours to come up with the last summer theme. The song was originally going to be kind of indie. It had a lot of really deep things, really abstract ideas, and then we kind of narrowed it down and made it a popish song. Yeah.
And where'd the story start?
The story started about summer, and it was kind of like the Grease type of thing, summer. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was a lot like that. That kind of stuff, and then it turned into thinking about the things that you said to me.
I'm trying to you're 15. It's crazy to know your age, but writing comes from experiences. The two go hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Do you rely on your sister due to the fact that she's older and she has just by fact experienced more life than you?
Not really. Everybody at every age experiences different things, even if it's not as intense as somebody, say, 20 years old. I've been sad before. I've had people not respond to me that I like, or some stuff like that, where I'm like, oh, that really sucks, man. And I've had things done to me, so I just write about that, I channel that emotion and make up a story. I've always had a very active imagination, and I just daydream all the time. So I kind of just put that into words.
Is this EP that's coming in the spring, is it one story or a collection of different stories?
It's a collection of different stories, detailing the life of a teenager, essentially.
So, is Gen Z real?
No, we're really good friends though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it annoying that everything you do has to do with Mackenzie Ziegler? Did I say that name right?
Annoying. Yeah, Mackenzie Ziegler.
Okay.
Yeah. I wouldn't say it's annoying. I think it's kind of funny. Everybody asks me, "Is Gen Z real? Is Gen Z real?" But no, she's a really cool person, and I really enjoy working with her and also being friends with her.
Is that the nickname, Gen Z?
Gen Z. It's our ship name.
Oh.
So it's Johnny, Kenzie.
Got
Kenzie.
it.
Yeah.
How did you guys become friends?
We actually met through two producers,
Okay.
both named Andrew, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
But I worked with this guy named Andrew a lot a couple of years ago, and he knew this other guy named Andrew, and she was Mackenzie's old manager. So we met through them.
Look at you.
Yeah.
What a celebrity relationship.
Yeah, we met in a studio, and it was super awkward. The studio, I swear, was like a cover business for something
Shady?
something shady. It was weird. But we didn't really know. I was like, hey, I've seen you on TV before. But I didn't know what to talk to her about. It was weird, but she was cool.
Did you have a real date after that?
No, we never dated. No.
That was it?
Yeah.
So why do the people on the
Disappointing.
internet love to say that you guys are the best thing and the greatest
I don't know.
duo,
People
couple,
think
whatever
we
they
look
say?
good together, I guess.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what about What If? Did you guys write that song together, or did somebody bring you two together and say you guys should do this?
We wrote it collaboratively with actually a bunch of other people, which was the first time I've ever done that. But yeah, it wasn't. What If is just kind of like a pretend story.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you two were on it.
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
And you'd only met once.
No. We've met a bunch of times. This was like
Okay.
2 years ago when we met.
I'm losing
for the
track. You
first
just
time.
do it.
Well, I was going back in the songs and looking through them all, and like
Yeah.
those are the first two that I saw that are kind of like your own songs.
Yeah.
And then you said earlier, like last summer's the first song. I forget what you said. It's like you're proudest of, or you can
Yeah,
relate to the most.
for sure.
So what is it about that song compared to What If that?
Last summer, it was like the first like good song that I was like really proud of because my sister and I wrote a lot of it ourselves in collaboration with Liz Rodriguez and Mike Wise, who were the writer and producer on it. But that was like the first time I've ever like freaked out when I heard a song. And I remember we still have a video that we'll show to everybody someday of like all of our reactions in the studio when it was first played, like after we recorded it. And it's really funny because we were all absolutely freaking out.
Is that because you didn't expect yourself to write a song?
Yeah, yeah, basically. We were like, how did we make this? Like literally 2 hours ago, we had no idea what we wanted to do.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
You go into the studio, set a goal,
just get it going.
hit it. Musically, we were talking about it before. There's a couple different people in that community. What sets you apart from the rest of them? Because there's a couple of you vying for that mainstream power, right?
Yeah. I guess music's always been my thing. Most people on Musically, no shade, just started Musically and then we're like, oh, music seems fun, let's do it. And there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody can do anything at any time in their career. But I guess that's what was always different. I
get
always
it.
did like live singing videos, while most people just like did more like lip syncy stuff. But yeah.
If you want to focus on music, is it important or not important to keep up with like the vlogs and the YouTube channel?
Well, vlogs and especially daily vlogs are super, super lucrative, especially for gaining fans and
Money.
not gonna say that.
You said lucrative.
Yeah, you said lucrative.
Money's in the word.
Listen, there's nothing
I
wrong
meant
with
that
that.
in a different way. But yeah, it's super good for building your audience. And daily vlogs, they're actually really fun too.
Are they?
Just yeah.
Yeah, but it's funny because you always say you're not very good at it.
I'm really not. I think I haven't even like posted the vlog that I have been filming today, but I think I've said that I suck at vlogging like about 1 million times
Yeah.
so far.
Who
Yeah.
edits those?
She does.
Your sister.
Yeah.
Your sister really seems like the brains behind this operation.
She's a Swiss Army knife, man. She does everything.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
In the best possible way.
Yeah.
Back to the whole Musically community and what sets you apart, right? You take music seriously. You've been singing your entire life. Are vocals your strength, or is songwriting your strength?
I'd say I'm kind of split evenly. I don't have the best voice. I'll admit that. I don't have a 6-octave range. I can sing pretty high. I can sing pretty low, and I can hit my notes. But like I'm no Mariah Carey or anything. But
Not yet.
And I'm also no, hopefully. And I'm also no like Post Malone, or I'm no Pooh Bear when it comes to the writing. But I can hold my own, I guess. And I try my hardest, and comes from the soul, you know.
You're also still learning.
I'm still learning. Yeah, I really only started songwriting when we started doing the deal with Universal. Like I've only been songwriting for a year, probably, maybe less.
And that's something you've now accessed within yourself.
Yeah,
And you're figuring
really
out.
fun. It's really fun.
Are
I
you-
really enjoy it.
Are you afraid that your voice is going to change?
It's already changed a little bit, so I know how to manage it, I guess. Like I still get some gnarly voice cracks sometimes. And I did a show actually like last Sunday for my dad's firm, and we were doing some rehearsals and stuff, and I did like a little cover mashup in the middle, and I was trying to hit the notes in Cold Water, like if you feel you're sinking, and my voice just kept cracking, and I had no idea what was going on. So then I texted my vocal coach, and then we kind of worked it out.
Puberty.
Yes, man.
That's what's
crazy.
happening.
Yes.
You're becoming a man.
I'm a man.
Yeah, that was super manly.
about?
That was pretty good.
Do you? I feel like you would get a lot of Justin Bieber comparisons.
Yeah.
How do you feel about them?
It's flattering,
Yeah.
honestly. The guy works insanely hard, and he seems like a cool guy. I've never met him, but I know
Okay.
you have
Yeah.
multiple times.
Yeah, we know Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Is that weird that we can say that, Dan?
Oh, we've had him here.
We know him. We know him. Yeah, he's an amazing person and a really good soul. But
He seems cool.
he matches his kindness with his talent, which is through the roof. And he's just overall just a quality human being.
Yeah.
Which I'm not gonna lie, like I fear a little bit. I do fear that this whole digital. Okay. Justin Bieber grew digitally, right? But he grew at a time where not everybody and their freaking mother was an internet celebrity.
Yeah.
Right? So nothing was taken for granted. Everything was deeply appreciated. And he knew that the only way he could continue was for his artistry to lead the way.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Because it's like I said before, quality art, man, good music shines a brighter light, and it ultimately ends up blinding out and blacking out everything else around you, all the branding, all the nonsense. I don't know if we have that anymore because internet fame is in abundance, but at the same time it is fleeting.
Absolutely. Yeah, I completely agree with you. I know of a lot of people that are just kind of told what to do, and people that don't really have the passion for it that a lot of people that started a long time ago do. And that's what I'm trying to do. And it was funny when I was first doing the deal with Universal, that's a question that I kept getting asked, like, what's your artistry? Who are you? And it was a tough question to answer, to be honest, because I really didn't know, so I took some time to figure it out. And
But what do you do to figure it out?
you just kind of look, it sounds cheesy, but you look inside yourself, what you like and who you really are, what's your personality, and who you want to portray yourself as. For me, that's just myself. But like, for example, Lady Gaga, she's like the mother of monsters.
There's one thing
you know what I
about
mean?
Lady Gaga, but at the same time, there's so many different facets that make her her. So as she evolves throughout her musical journey, there's so much for her to tap into.
Exactly.
And for her to get to know. So do you learn more about yourself, being forced to look into yourself to find out what kind of art you want to put out into the world?
Absolutely, yeah. As I've started songwriting, I've had to tap into old memories and think about what's happening when I'm making new ones. And it's taught me a lot about myself and life.
We are here with Heidi King, Deputy Administrator of the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. NHTSA is working hard to change habits and save lives during the holiday season. Tell us about Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over.
NHTSA's National High Visibility Enforcement Campaign, Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over, will focus on raising public awareness of the dangers of drunk driving. Law enforcement agencies will be out in full force looking for impaired drivers from December 13th through December 31st. The holiday season is one of the deadliest times of the year for drunk driving fatalities. That's why we remind you to drive safely. Safe driving means sober driving.
Do you have any safe driving tips for drivers during the holidays?
Be honest with yourself about how you celebrate and make plans to get home safely without getting behind the wheel. If your friends or family are impaired, take their keys and get them a sober, safe ride.
Thank you, Heidi. For more information on the Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over campaign, visit nhtsa.gov/drivesober. That is nhtsa.gov/drivesober. What's the biggest piece of knowledge you learned from starting this journey? Maybe not when you were 8 on YouTube, but let's say the start of Musically, because your life dramatically changed from the start of that to now.
There's a whole lot of flake. And I never want to be that person. And I know a lot of people that are like that. Even people that aren't on social media.
Yeah. Define flake. Saying they're going to do something and never do it?
Exactly, yeah. Saying they're going to do something and they never do it, or people just under-delivering and over-promising, which is a very common theme in the music industry, which is kind of bad. But
it's a pretty common theme in social media in general,
yeah,
right?
it's a common theme everywhere, which needs to be eradicated.
What? Do you look at competition? Do you feel like you have competition?
I'm a very competitive person.
So yes.
Yes, of course. I'm the same way my dad is. My dad was like always crazy about being the best and whatever. And I don't really let myself like get crazy about things, and I don't go too far, like sabotage people or whatever. I would never do that. But I just try my hardest, and I try and stay true to myself, and hope that takes me the full way.
It's hard when competition and creativity are kind of linked, right? Because you can't you can't be totally focused on competition.
Yeah,
Because because then your focus shifts from creativity to competition. But ultimately, the only time that you are actually the best is when you give 100% of yourself into
Exactly.
your art.
I feel like you can either do you, or you can have somebody else tell you who to be, and I try to not have anybody else tell me who I am.
Was there somebody in your life that told you at one point that made you realize that this wasn't the move for you?
No, but I feel like I used to take a lot of inspiration from other people. Like I used to want to be certain people, and I've just kind of figured out that you need to be who you are. You need to be what you were raised to be, and what your personality is. You need to stay true to that, or else people will immediately out you as fake. And you don't want to do that.
No, you want to be yourself.
Exactly.
You should always be yourself, which is a part of maturing is realizing that and figuring that out.
Absolutely.
Is there somebody that you've had in like, even while you were posting on Musical.ly, or even still today, is there one person that like sits in your crosshairs that is that person that you kind of not going to take out, but you strive to be better?
Zach.
Who?
Well, I feel like there's a lot of amazing artists, and there's a lot of people who are better than me at things, and maybe I'm better than them at other things. But you just have to improve your weaknesses and keep your strengths where they are, or else somebody's gonna just zoom past you. And if you have competition in your field, and in mine I have a lot. Like there's multiple million other people, probably maybe a billion, that want to be a singer or want to be in the show business or music business.
Yeah.
So you have to, even if you don't have one in front of you, you have to make competition. You have to say, there's probably somebody out there right now who is awake and working on their craft, trying to master it. And you have to channel that and just try and be better than them. Try and work harder than them.
Do you have a backup plan? You have a good sense of reality. Or is music going to be something that you're going to dedicate every fiber of your being to until you die?
I'm at this point, I'm really not sure. I think even if I were to blow up in the music industry, I'd definitely still go to university. I've always liked school to a certain degree. But yeah, I guess that's my backup plan if things go south. You have to be able to provide for your family, obviously.
Of course.
I'd probably go to university.
You could be in music business.
Yeah. That's if I'm not an artist, then I feel like this experience and my knowledge of social media, and because social media is going to be the new thing for I don't know how long.
Yeah, it's been the old thing now, but it's still going to be around until
it's going to be around until further notice. So I feel like my knowledge of social media will be very valuable for like a company or maybe my own company if things go bad. But let's hope it doesn't come to that.
I forgot for a second that you're from Canada because you said university. I love Canada very much. We are on all the KISS stations, KISS 92.5 with Roz and Mocha.
Yep. Met them both. They're amazing.
Classic celebrities. Shout out to Roz, Mocha, and Maury.
Shout out.
Good people. Dan has no idea.
No, when I think of Canada, you got Drake, The Weeknd, Justin Bieber, Alessia Cara.
Well,
that's true.
And now you can join that, hopefully.
Hopefully.
That's an amazing group. And
that would be nice. When people think of Canada, if they think of me, then that's goal achieved.
Most people probably think of Disney World, though.
No,
when they think of Canada?
No, I think of Johnny Orlando.
Disney World.
Shut up.
Oh, got it. Okay.
No, it's bad. All right.
But you're a part of a very exclusive crop of new Canadian artists. Scott Hellman, Lennon Stella.
Yes, Lennon is amazing. So is Scott. I've met him a couple times.
Johnny Orlando.
I don't know who that is.
Never heard of him.
Never heard.
We've covered a lot here. I love that your sister's like on this ride with you.
Yeah.
Does she travel with you everywhere and stuff?
Yeah, wherever I go, if it's Europe or wherever, there's always a family member with me. It's usually her and my dad or my mom, but there's always somebody with me, which is good. Keeps me on the floor.
So you and Mackenzie Ziegler are friends, but not dating.
Yes.
Got it. I said that right?
Yes.
I felt really bad. She came on our show once.
Oh, God.
And I called her Maddie Ziegler.
Oh, God.
It was the
first thing out of my mouth.
First thing he said.
It was like Dan, Heather, and Maddie Ziegler.
And it was so awkward.
I felt so bad. It was one of the worst things I've ever done. And I promise you, like, thank you. Mourn me. But she's very cool and a super talented individual.
She is.
And very kind.
She is.
So you're not dating though?
Not dating.
Do you have your eyes set on somebody else?
No.
Are you open to love? That's the real question.
I am. I kind of want to wait until I can drive because I feel like it's kind of weird if my mom drives me to my girlfriend's house.
I respect you for that.
Yeah. I guess there's Uber, but my mom doesn't trust me enough to take an Uber or cross the street.
I'm not gonna lie, it was really uncomfortable dropping my sister off at boyfriends' houses all the time and then picking her up from the boyfriend's house.
That's brutal.
And I'm like, I know exactly what went on here. Like, why is it my job to do this?
Yeah. No thanks.
You're a respectful guy.
Would you ever date a fan?
Yeah.
You would.
Yeah.
All right.
For sure.
He's gonna take love wherever he can get it.
Hey, sir.
I'm sure he has no trouble getting. I mean, he's very successful. You're great looking.
You'd be surprised.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Well, it isn't even like I don't have trouble talking to people or getting people to talk to me because,
It's Johnny Orlando.
Yeah. The one thing that I've found cool about like being on Instagram and whatever, having followers, is people always give you a shot. People always give you a chance. Like for me to talk to somebody older than me, they would not bat an eye.
No, but they'll give you the time of day
They'll
because
give me the
you're
time
famous.
of day now, yeah. So I kind of use that to my advantage, maybe. I don't know.
Slide in some DMs?
Slide in some DMs.
Have you taken that swing with anybody of substance, like a celebrity?
No.
Oh.
Nah.
Nervous?
Nah. I'm not cool enough.
I'm not cool enough.
I'm not cool enough.
What is the deal with Jacob Sartorius? Do we like him?
Yeah, we do. He's a cool guy.
Is he?
Yeah. He invited me to his show in Toronto, which I appreciated.
Wow.
Yeah.
Would you say he's more famous than you or less famous? Or equally?
I feel like we have a lot of the same fans. He has more followers than me, obviously, so.
I don't know. Does he?
Yeah.
He doesn't like me.
Why not?
I don't know, man.
Really?
Yeah.
You trash. I did. You know what you did.
Did you trash
What did he
talk
do?
him?
Tell me.
I don't know
Okay.
the specifics, but you.
I'll shout specifics. I don't care. He can come on the show and talk to me. Would love to have him here.
Oh, he's
Oh,
got almost
God.
like 3 or 4 million more followers than you. You got to work
Yeah,
on
I
that.
know. Yeah, I got
You
to
got-
You got.
This is the competition side of Johnny Orlando that's freaking out. No, but do you see that really? Are you like, I should have more?
I feel like if I work hard enough, I'll get more.
But what does working hard constitute? What makes up working hard? Doing what? More covers, better versions of it, better
Exactly.
song selection,
Yes.
everything?
Yeah, working hard is being in sessions every day trying to make a banger.
That's it.
Or being in a room by myself trying to think of ideas for what I can do next. Something different, something that nobody's done for like creative for the EP or for
Get it.
for YouTube and stuff like that.
Is there anything about puberty you're afraid of?
No, not really. No.
Have you watched all the needed tapes?
Yeah.
Are you
There is health class at my fake school.
okay?
What'd you learn?
I don't know if I want to go over that right here.
Did they play you the video yet of a woman giving birth? I saw that in the 7th grade.
7th grade?
Yeah, it was very intense. I'm seeing it right now in my head. It's so vivid.
I feel like they probably changed the curriculum because that might give people
No, I think I think it's Canada.
nightmares.
Justin Trudeau.
maybe. We're a
does-
lot nicer. We're a lot smoother here. There.
I don't know, man. Smoother.
I don't think Johnny Orlando's ever coming back here.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, man. The video that I watched of a woman giving birth was the opposite of smooth in every way.
No. We're like, I mean, we probably wouldn't show. What is 7th grade? How old? Like 12?
Yeah, I was young. I went to a Catholic school. We didn't have many rules. It was a whole rogue system, bro.
Oh Lord.
How many songs do you have done right now that are yours?
On like the whole
Like
and the-
somewhere on a hard drive that belong to you that are originals. How many you have done?
I'd say probably 35.
And you're
Yeah.
gonna have to pick 6 for an EP?
Yeah. Well, 35 in my whole music career. There's probably like 25 of them are
EP ready.
EP. Yeah. Well, they're from like the last year.
Got it.
So they're like for the EP.
Do you know what songs are gonna go on?
Yes.
You know all 6, confident.
Yes.
Hmm.
I can't say the name, Zach.
What is the name of the EP?
I don't think I'm allowed to tell you that, but I gave a clue earlier when I was talking about the theme of the EP.
Teenage years.
No.
Johnny on the spot.
Yes.
Maturity.
Let's go with that.
Puberty.
Yes.
Prepubescent lifestyle.
Now you're getting weird.
Am I getting weird?
No.
I'm just fascinated now. Johnny Orlando, everybody. A lot of good vibes from you today, sir. I thank you for hanging out with us.
Thank you.
Anything on your mind that you want to get out there?
I'm just excited for the EP, man. I'm just really excited. I am very nervous as to what's gonna happen when it comes out. I could flop, or I could go really well. Who knows? But I'm very excited for the future.
Will you come back and hang out with us for the EP?
Sure. Yeah. Let's do it again.
We can go track by track, man.
I'll send you a couple of songs if you promise not to.
I will never do that.
Leak them.
With love in my heart, Johnny. Some of the coolest artists in the world play me music early, and I don't share. I keep good secrets.
Okay.
I don't do a lot of other things. I'll call people out for lip syncing on Twitter, but I always keep secrets. That's why my hair is so big and luscious. Can't you tell?
There's a lot in there. Yeah.
There's so many secrets.
Just so much stuff.
It's nuts, bro. Last summer is a single. It's totally worth your time, though. I really did enjoy the song.
Thank you.
And I like the Aaron Carter, Aaron Parties vibe at the top.
Thank you.
It was quality. And when are you going back to Canada?
The 4th, I think, or the 5th.
Of January. So you're going to
January,
spend Christmas in California.
Yes, sir.
Do you have a house here?
Yeah. We have it kind of looks like a dollhouse. It's in like Studio City.
You live in a dollhouse.
Yes.
Do you
Kind of.
only sit on tiny chairs and use tiny plates?
Yes. Our forks are really small. It's hard to eat.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Johnny Orlando, you heard it here first. He lives in a dollhouse.
And I eat with tiny forks.
Last summer. Put it in your ears. Thank you, Johnny. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
I really hope you enjoyed that conversation. If you did, please subscribe and also check out our podcast. There's a link in the description, and also comment and like and do things. Other interviews are on the screen somewhere, so click them. Thanks for watching.